Curtis Brown, Project Manager of Garver Engineering, is present, and we'll give you a report.
All right, thank you. Again, it's a pleasure to be here. I have, just for start a discussion, some handouts here of the current NIPIAS list. Actually, Joe, would you pass this one out to everybody? What the NIPIAS list is required by the FAA and Oklahoma Aeronautics Commission be updated every year, and this is a realistic 20-year look ahead of projects that you would like to see done at your airport, assuming you had reasonable funding. That's not constrained by known funding, but there'd be projects on there as if you wanted to go after the federal discretionary funding or other pots that would be identified in this list. Usually this list is tied to your airport layout plan and master plan, and kind of ties in with the overall direction of where you want to see the airport to go. Now with Garver being fairly new to your airport and trying to get acquainted with you, I really wanted to walk through and visit all of these projects and hear for myself what your visions and what projects you would like to see on this NIPIAS list, direction you'd like to go. And then based off of that, I also have a current 5-year CIP, which is a capital improvement plan, which is actually a list of projects based on known funding that we're going to try to accomplish in the next 5 years, and we're going to verify that list. So I want to go with the wish list first, kind of realistic development plan, hear your ideas, we hear what you'd like to see. We'll kind of work through and put numbers together and present this back to the airport and the city manager for just back check, make sure we got everything right, and then we'll really spend most of our time talking about the real projects that are going to be in the 5-year CIP. Any questions before I get going? All right.
Well, it's pretty brief, just because I knew we'd have a lot going on tonight. But I've got here the amount of fuel that we sold last month, and we're having a really good month this month with fuel sales, and a lot of that's due to the fact that our prices are so low, so we're getting a lot of traffic, a lot of transient stuff. Also, I spoke with a representative from Vance, and I emailed him, kind of let him know our desire to get there, for them to have a stronger presence in Alva. And he emailed me back, and I attached the email, a copy of the email. I don't know if y'all have read it yet. But ultimately, what he's saying is that we can, it might be helpful for us to have a fuel contract with the government just for helicopters and things of that nature. But as far as them being able to land in here pretty frequently, it just won't happen unless we had a control tower, which that's really unfeasible. So I kind of have left it at that for now. I'll continue to pursue the fuel contract if that's what the board wishes, but as far as them coming in like we had hoped, that's not going to happen. Also on our fuel dispenser, I've been speaking with a gentleman from Domino Equipment in Clinton. He's been doing a lot of work researching exactly what we've got and what dispenser we'll need to work with our fuel master. He sent me an estimate. This is several weeks of us going back and forth, but ultimately this is what he sent me, and the email is attached there as well from Bob Jacobson at Domino. And those are the prices for the actual dispenser, and then labor and whatnot. Also, we would need an electrician. He said he's overshooting it, but he thinks that the electrician would be another $3,000 with those prices included.
Now, would this be an electrician from here in town, or do they send a certain electrician?
Well, it would have to be an electrician that would be familiar with not only the dispenser but the fuel master system as well, and how they all work together. Okay. He said that he knows that he's got a few people that can do that. I'm going to talk with one more company about this. We're not. We kind of have a time limit when we need to get this done, but as long as we're working towards making the problem better, I don't think that anybody's going to come and be too upset with us.
Well, I also, researched to see if a local contractor
Sure.
could be the electrical.
Yeah, I'll do that. that's just kind of what I've got right now for that dispenser. And it's not. I've talked with everybody, with the people that I need to talk to within the Corporation Commission, and it's just really not an option. I was trying to get around it and explain to them kind of the issues that we have with putting a new dispenser in, and there's no way around it. And if it's not a listed device, then we have to get up to compliance. Also, the last thing that I've talked about here is OAOA conference, and Curtis mentioned it real briefly. It's April the 10th to the 13th. We've already paid our dues. That's 2 people can come to the conference. It's $99 a night for a hotel room. And I just wanted to be sure before I booked hotel rooms that was approved by the board for me to attend that, considering the current state of our travel budget. And
I think we need to be
it's
there.
necessary.
I think that is definitely is okay. Well, in that case, I will be there on the 10th.
Do you play golf?
I do.
Wonderful.
I would cover that cost myself. So I wasn't thinking that the airport would have to cover that.
Yeah, we don't want to pay for your lost golf balls.
There's a lot of it. It'd be more than $50. And that is about. Also, for those of you who don't know what goes on at one of those conferences, I included a copy of the agenda, so it kind of goes over the information that I'll be getting there. If any of you are concerned about that.